welcome back to my channel. Okay, no, I don't like that. I don't like the way that sounds. It sounds so Disney. It sounds so freaking Disney. Okay, let's try this again. Alright. Hi, welcome back. No, I need my AirPod in. That's what's wrong. Come here. Oh, fudge. There it is. Come here. Okay. Okay, I feel better now. All right. Welcome back. My mind is drawing a blank. Why do I always do this? Okay, let's try this again. All right. Welcome back. Today I wanted to keep going through my tarot deck collection. So I was going to walk through a few of these, and we'll just jump right in. This this box is a little beat up. This was the first deck I ever had. My husband bought this for me for my birthday a few years ago when I first started working with the tarot, and I will say I don't really recommend it for beginners. I ended up, like, I really tried learning with this, and I did a little bit, but I eventually had to start gravitating towards more decks that were a little bit, they had people in them. This one is a little bit more abstract, but it has a nice little guidebook in it. And then the 2 extra cards that come with it. But these are the backs. And they feel super nice. And as you can tell, like, the wear on them, I'm pretty sure, like, the edges were, I think they were black. I can't remember. I used it a lot. Obviously, you can see that I use them a lot. But they feel super nice to work with. They shuffle easily, beautifully. They don't really stick together. But we'll just jump right into it. And as you can see, like, this is what I meant by, like, it's a little bit more abstract. And for someone who's learning, you know, just learning, it might be a little bit more difficult to start with. I know it was for me. The court cards were not as difficult to start with. I haven't used this deck in a little while. And I believe the major arcana is a little bit more traditional, but, like, all of the minor arcana are more like this. And like I said, for me, that was a little bit difficult starting with. They're still beautiful. I could probably much more easily read with this now than I could when I first started. I feel like I have a hard time just reading the monochromatic decks, a harder time reading them. But I don't like decks being like super bright either. I've kind of learned that I like them to be like in between. I do feel like I pull some information from the colors, or the color schemes, I should say. And so when they're just one or two colors, I feel like I tend to have a little bit of trouble connecting with them. I really like that Two of Cups with roses. I always pause to look at the death card. I cannot not do it. Alright. So again, that was the Somnia Tarot deck. So I think the next one that I want to do here is the Runic Tarot. I don't even know if this is going to fit in the entire frame. This box is a big box. I believe my husband bought this one for me for my birthday last year. Was it last year or was it Christmas? One or the other. Like I said, I think I said this in my last video, but my memory gets a little fuddled because my birthday is in November. And so, and I love a full-size guidebook. I love a full-size guidebook. But my memory gets a little fuzzy after, 8 or 12 months or so, because my birthday is towards the middle of November, and then Christmas is a month later, and so like my birthday and Christmas presents have always, after a few weeks, they always run together. I can never keep up what I got for when, but my husband bought this deck for me, and so these are the backs. I've been using this deck a lot here recently, but it feels super nice. It shuffles beautifully. The cards don't stick together, and it's not too big for my hands, which, I have pretty big hands. I don't have a whole lot of trouble with that, but every now and then I will. But they feel really good to work with. And the cool thing with this guidebook is it is a full color guidebook. And so, like, that's the, I think that's the ace. Yeah, I think, like, in the deck, this image is the Ace of Cups. Or horns, they call it the horns. Let me see if I can get that in the picture there. But they have full color in these guidebooks, and they also go through, because it does have the runes in it. The cool thing with these is it goes over the runes at the end. So like here's the moon here, and then you have an image description, the meanings, and keywords, and then the rune information here. And there's usually at least 1 or 2 runes in each image, if not more. But we'll get straight into this one here. And like, this is like one itty bitty complaint that I have with this deck, is this baby looks so lopsided. Like, I really don't know if it's just because of the angle the baby is sitting, or if it's just like its face just looks so lopsided compared to everyone else in here who looks like actually real. This one looks like it's just like odd. And see, like this one, you can see this person's face so clearly and it's defined, whereas that baby just looks so weird. I love this Wheel of Fortune with the 3 fates. And see, like, this baby here doesn't look awkward. Like, that looks pretty, you know, pretty okay. I don't know. Maybe it's just me being picky. And I love this 3 of Swords. This is probably my favorite 3 of Swords that I can remember. Because it does not actually have a heart in it. But you can obviously see it's pretty rough, pretty gruesome. But that's probably hands down my favorite 3 of Swords that I can recall. And see, like, this kid looks normal. This baby looks normal. It was just that one, and I think it was the 6 of Cups. I love this Judgment. But yeah, I've been reading with this deck primarily as like my main draw every day for like the past, I think, 2 months. And even before that, I was using it like almost, I'd say almost daily. Anytime I was doing a reading or pulling from it, I was using it most frequently. I love seeing Loki here. And that 4 of Cups. And this High Priestess. And anytime I think of 2 of Swords, this is the 2 of Swords I always think of. Oh, I got mixed in the deck. Sorry, I was just looking at this because I just saw now that he has like skis on his feet, and I just noticed it. I hadn't used this deck in like probably 3 weeks or so, and I don't get the hangmans a lot when I pull cards, but you can see here he's got skis on his feet and I never noticed it. Another one of my favorite death cards. It's Odin here. And that's it for the Runic Tarot. You can actually see in here I got tabs. I'm marking off all the major and minor arcana. And you know what? I think I am. I'm just going to go ahead and get this big boy out of the way too. This one is the Celtic Tarot. This box I think is even bigger than my Runic Tarot, honestly. But it has a full-size guidebook, and like it is full color and goes through. I like that it gives you like the key parts at the beginning versus with the Runic Tarot where they just have the image description and then everything else comes behind that. This one has it at the front, and then you can come in and read the divinatory readings, and then the very last little paragraph is always the reversed meaning here. But the colors are all full illustration. And this one is just like a little pre-warning. This deck does not shy away from nude people at all. And I use this one pretty good. It's a nice little deck. The card feels pretty nice, but it's not as nice as my other two decks that I've just shown. This one's a little bit more like papery feeling. I don't know if it just isn't, like, I don't know how, like, cards are made like this, if they have, like, some kind of, like, cement or anything that goes in them. And, like, there's a card in here where I just saw it. Where'd it go? Because I like to shuffle from the side, you can see, like, right here, like, it's torn a little bit. And so, like, this one gets... I don't use it as much because of that. It gets pretty easily beat up. And the colors are like super vibrant, which is sometimes a little bit difficult for me. It's almost like disorienting sometimes. And I have a hard time with decks that are like that. But we'll get into this one here. So again, like I said, this deck does not shy away from any naked people at all, so just forewarning. Especially, I think it's with the suit of cups. I think there's a lot of naked people with that one. And I'm like, I get that it's the emotion, but just because you've got a lot of emotion doesn't have to mean you're naked. I do love this hermit. I guess there was some in the other suits too. I thought it was just primarily the cups. I don't know, maybe there wasn't as many naked people as I thought there was. I just feel like there was a lot when I first started using this deck. I should say when I first got this deck and was using it. I don't use it as much anymore. Because like I said, sometimes the colors can be like really disorienting for me. And see, like, you can kind of see it with this chair here, and you can see, like, the suggestions, and I think that's what I'm picking up on. And then, of course, this one here. Full frontal there. There we go. And see, like, in his chair, you can see it. And I'm like, we can tell. Like, we can tell it's a me. But yeah, that's the Celtic Tarot. The box is really pretty nice. I really like the box. And, let's see if I can get these back in here. There we go. So that's that for those. And then And I think I got time for one more. Yeah, I could probably run through one more real quick. This one is the Gogh Tarot. I love this deck. A little tidbit about me is I love art. I always have. But when I took an art class, in college, I took an art history class, and that opened up my world to many different artists, but especially Van Gogh. I was just immediately drawn in to his art because, like, he uses bright colors in a lot of the stuff that he does do, but almost all of his stuff just has like this, all of his artwork, almost all of his artwork has this melancholic feel to it, and I really love and appreciate that. And so he's just easily my favorite painter. And when I saw this, I had to grab this. It was, and like you'll see, it's kind of like got this steampunkiness. I guess it's just because of the colors that are utilized. But it shuffles really nicely. It feels pretty good in the hands. It doesn't like get hung up really. So I've really enjoyed using this one. I've only had it a few weeks, but I really enjoyed it. And I didn't do this with any of the other decks, and I meant to, but oh well. All of them shuffle pretty good for the most part. Oh, looky there, the Ace of Cups. And this one has probably my favorite High Priestess in this deck. Yeah, I think the steampunky feel that I get from this deck comes from like the brassiness that's in the colors, and I really enjoy that. I love that moon too. It's a beautiful moon. There she is, the High Priestess here. I absolutely love the High Priestess. She's beautiful. I love this one. And naturally, Sunflowers are one of my favorite flowers. Absolutely love that card. And like, this tower doesn't bother me as much as a tower usually does. And I think it's just because you don't actively see any kind of destruction going on. And I'm not really sure why that is, why they chose to do that. And y'all know I love a death card, especially when it actually has skeletons in it. Love it. And that Justice is pretty nice too. Alright, I think that's going to be it for today. Come back for a part 3. And I think we will finish the rest of the decks that I have. I think I have 5 more, maybe. Yeah, I think there's 5 more. And we'll finish up. All right, bye.